Hello and welcome back to the course on Power BI. In today's tutorial, we're going to create a distribution for our age groups. So let's go ahead and have a look at how that's done. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new page here. We're going to call it age. And then, now if we just take simply age, we can't create a distribution because we need to first create bins for this variable. Right now, it's just a numeric variable, whereas we want to create categories. We want to create categories, for example, from 20 to 25 years old, 25 to 30, 35, 30 to 35, and so on. So in order to do that, you need to right-click your numeric variable and select group at the bottom. And here, instead of bin size, select the bin size that you would want for your variable. So in our case, we want it to be 5, so 5 years apart, and click OK. And that creates these bins, and now you can simply create your distribution using them. So drag bins into your workspace, and then select again customer ID as we did previously to understand how many people fall into each group. And there you go, that's your distribution for age. It is as simple as that. So maybe you might want to add a couple of things to this distribution. Maybe you'd like to change some things. For instance, if we go into color, you might want to change color to a bluish color. Well, that's what I would do. Let's try that. That's a bit too dark. Something like that maybe. Then we can also, we don't want to do that because that will, you can change the individual colors of every single group. We don't want to do that. We want to maybe add the data labels like that, and maybe make some space so that they can fit nicely. If we can get them to fit, maybe we can adjust some things here. So adjust the size of our labels. Oh, that's actually, we just want everything here, but then this text, we can adjust the size here. That's good. So that way we know exactly how many fall inside each of those groups. Then you can fix up the formatting, how many decimal points, but in this case we don't actually have decimal points, orientation, and things like that. So the usual things. And that is pretty much it. That's how we create bins in Power BI. Once again, right click and select the bins, and then we create this distribution chart by using the bins that we created and something that we can count, which is customer ID. So you can confirm here that it is being counted. And one final thing that we do want to fix here is we want to change these to percentages. So it's easier to comprehend, it's easier to grasp, because that way they're kind of like normalized. So if you look at two different regions, the totals might be different, but percentages will be comparable. So let's go ahead and customer ID, click the drop down, select quick calc, and select percentage of grand total. And this is now where we might want to actually go back and fix up the formatting. So we might want to go to data labels and say 0 decimal points, and that way it looks nice and neat here. So you can see that it's automatically adjusting the color of the label even when it needs to be inside the bar as opposed to when it's outside the bar. Okay, so that's how we create our age distribution. And a quick heads up, in the next tutorial we're going to do the same exact thing but for our balance. So if you want to go ahead and try that on your own before we proceed to the next tutorial, then you're highly encouraged to do that so that you can practice these skills, and then in the next tutorial you can compare to the way I'm going to do it and see if your way is exactly the same and if the result also matches up. And I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial. Until then, happy analyzing.